Giles Court. I have 600 acres of timber in addition. It is my wife to be condemned now.
And how do you imagine to further our cause with such contemptuous wives? Now, your old age alone keeps you out of jail.
They're telling lies with my wife's eye.
You take it upon yourself to determine what this court should believe and what it shall set aside.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect, indeed. It is disruption, mister. Do you know that this is the highest court in the supreme government of this province? Do you know that?
Your Excellency, I only say she were reading books and they come and take her out of my house.
What book?
It is my third wife, sir. I never had no wife that be so taken with books, and I thought to find the cause of it, you see. But there were no which I blamed her for. I have no charity with the woman. I have no charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think that it all
Well, let him submit his evidence in proper affidavits. You surely know our procedure here, Miss Hale. Clear this room.
No, we are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
his wife's Rebecca, condemned this morning.
I'm amazed at your utterance. I have nothing but good reports as to your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they should both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Well, let him submit his plea.
Excellence! We have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds.
What's that?
We have proof of it, sir. They're all deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir, contempt.
Peace does not. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
Do you know that there are nearly 400 in jail for Marblehead to lend upon my signature? And nearly 72 of those condemned to die on that signature?
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about?
We speak with the deputy governor.
I thought you told me Mary Warren was sick in bed.
She were, Your Honor. When I go to visit the court last week, she said she was sick.
She has been standing with us all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth of this to you.
Who's this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must be here, sir.
Peace. And what have you to tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits.
Never.
She signed a deposition.
No. I accept no depositions. Mr. Proctor, have you spread this tale amongst the village?
We have not.
We've come to overthrow this court, so this man is sick.
Paris, I pray you. Do you know, Mr. Proctor, that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is being heard through the children?
I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how come you to cry out people for sending out spirits against you?
Pretend, sir.
Cannot hear
They
you.
were pretend, she says.
Oh, and the other girl, Susanna Walcott, the other, they were also pretending?
Aye, sir.
Indeed.
Excellency, you surely cannot think to let so vile a lie be spread in open court.
No, but it strike hard upon me that she dared to come here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Brice, before I decide to hear you or not, I must tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melt down all concealed.
I know that, sir.
Let me continue. I understand well a husband's tenderness for a wife may lead him to extravagance in her defense. But are you certain, mister, that the evidence you will give will be the truth?
It is, and you will surely know it, sir.
And you thought to declare this revelation in open court before the public?
Aye, with your permission.
Yes, sir. What was your purpose in so doing?
Well, to free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart or hidden in your spirit any desire to undermine the court.
No, sir.
Your Excellency,
Sheila,
I think it be my duty, sir. You'll not deny it, John. When we came to take his wife, he damned the court and ripped your warrant.
Now you have it.
you did that, Mr. Hale?
Ah, he did. That were temper, sir. I knew not what I did.
Mr. Proctor,
Aye, sir.
you ever seen the devil?
No, sir.
So you are in all respects a gospel Christian.
I am, sir.
Such a Christian that will not come to church but once a month.
Not come to church.
I have no love for Mr. Paris. It is no secret. But God I surely love.
He plough on Sunday, sir.
Plow on Sunday.
Think of the evidence, John. I'm an official of the court. I cannot keep it.
I have once or twice ploughed on Sunday. I have 3 children, sir. Until last year, my land gave little.
You'll find other Christians do plow on Sunday if the truth be known.
Your Honor, I cannot think you may judge the man on such evidence.
I judge nothing. But I tell you, mister, I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I have seen them stuck by pins, slashed by daggers. And until now, I have not the slightest reason to suspect that the children are deceiving me. You understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived so long with such upright reputation?
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think no. Or you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye. God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca nursed 407 babies by sending her spirit out on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear that she lied to you.
I fear the one.
Mr. Proctor, I have received a claim from your wife this morning that states she is pregnant now.
My wife's pregnant.
There is no evidence of it. We have examined her body.
Well, if she says she is pregnant, then she must be, sir. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never, sir. No.
We have thought it too convenient to be credited. However, if I will to tell you that I will have her kept another month, and if she show her natural signs, you will have her living yet another year until she's delivered. What say you to that? Come now. You say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good enough. She is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you? It is done. Will you drop the charge?
I think I cannot.
No. Then you have a somewhat larger purpose.
He's come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
Excellency, these are my friends, and why is it also accused?
No. I judge you not. I will hear your evidence.
I'm not to hurt the court of my own.
Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Sewell and Judge Storm declare recess for 1 hour. Let them go to the tavern, if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to remain in this building.
Right. If I may say, sir, I know this man all my life. It is a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, what deposition you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I bid you be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I'm no lawyer, sir.
The pure in heart have no need of lawyers. Pray proceed.
If you will read this first, sir. It is a sort of testament. The woman signing it declared the good opinion of Rebecca and my wife, Aunt Martha Corey.
Their good opinion.
These are all landholding farmers, members of the church. If you'll notice, they have known the woman many years and never saw her signing any dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency. These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, I gave them all my word. No harm will come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense an attack upon the court?
Can no all innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are glooming for it. And I think you will want to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It's not necessarily an attack, and yet...
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
I'm sure they have nothing to do with it. Mr. Chair, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, sir, what more information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I've brought trouble on these people.
Oh, you have not hurt them if their conscience is clear. But you must understand this. A person is either for this court or must be counted against it. There is no road between. This is a sharp time, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed with good befuddled the world. By God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not the light must surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She is not out here, is she?
No, sir, she's not. Now, Mary, remember the angel Raphael, what he said to the boy Tobias. Remember, do that which is good, and no harm shall come to you.
Come on, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired a lawyer in my life, Hathorne.
It's very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in court, bring him here. You say you had no legal training, Mr. Corey.
I have the best, sir. I am 33 times in court in my life, and always plaintiff too.
Then you are much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine, might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it?
I don't recall it.
That's strange. He gave me You see, I had this white mare that time, and that spell come to boil the mare. There it is.
We have an accusation against you by Mr. Corey. He states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery on George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam says your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A far unto this Putnam! That is what I say to that.
But what proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
My proof is there. If Jacobs hangs for a witch, he forfeit up his property. That's law. And there is none but Putnam of the coin device who bring the peace. This man is killing his neighbor for the land.
What proof, sir? Proof.
The proof is there. I have it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man who gave you this information.
Well, I cannot give you his name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely give us his name.
I will not give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once now, but in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
Then I have no choice but to charge you for contempt of court. Do you know that?
But this is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of a hearing.
It's a proper law. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or are you going to give me a good reply?
I cannot give you no name. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Jeeves, now the record, the court is
Your
not...
Excellency, he has the story in confidence.
The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken.
Old man, if your informant speaks the truth, let him come here openly like any decent man. If he hide behind anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and the Central Church demand to know the name of the man who cried Thomas Putnam a common murderer, Excellency. Mr. Hale.
You cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I only fear the Lord's. But there is fear in the country, nevertheless.
Approach me not from fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to hold question in the country.
It does not follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Now, you are under arrest for contempt of court. Sit ye down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in jail until you decide to answer all the questions.
Say nothing more, John. He's only playing. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, Mr. I'll have no effrontery.
Forgive him for his old age, Your Excellency. Peace, Giles, peace. We'll prove it all now.
Mary? Mary, you cannot beat Mary. Remember the angel when he said to the boy, "Hold to it now, there is your rock."
This is Mary Warren's deposition. And I ask you, sir, to remember, while you read it, that until 2 weeks ago, she were no different than the other children are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of a woman now in jail, tried to win her soul. And when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye. She swears now that she never saw Satan, nor any spirit vague or clear that Satan may have sent to harm her. And she declares her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. In God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home. Let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look here, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am minister of the Lord, and dare not take a life without there be a proof so immaculate no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca nurse. Not conceal it. My hand shakes yet as with a wound. I pray you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you.
Believe me, Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I would be confounded if I were called upon to defend these people. Let you consider this, and I bid you all do the same. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? By calling up witnesses to prove their innocence. But witchcraft is, ipso facto, and by its very nature, an invisible crime, is it not? Therefore, who can bear witness? Victim and the witch? None other. We cannot hope that the witches will accuse themselves. Therefore, we must rely on the victims. And they do testify. Oh, yes. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none can deny that we are all most eager for all of their confession. What else is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I made my point, am I not?
This child says the girls are not truthful. And if they
And
are
that
not...
is precisely what I'm about to consider. You cannot ask more of me unless you doubt my probity.
Surely do not. But you consider it then.
And as you set your heart at rest, your deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question this.
Mr. Paris, I pray you be silent. Stewart, go into the court and bring the children here. Now, Mary Warren, I've come here for this turnabout. Has Mr. Proctor sworn you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever sworn?
No, sir.
Has he sworn you?
No, sir.
So, you mean to tell me that you sat calmly in my court, callously lying, when you knew people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
Ah, you are with God?
Aye, sir.
I tell you this. You are either lying now, or you were lying in court. Either way, it makes no difference. You have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot easily say you lied, Mary Warren. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more, sir. I am with God. I am with God.
Ruth Putnam's not in the court, sir. No other Coleman.
Easily said. Sit you down, children. Sit you down. Your friend Mary Warren has given us a deposition in which she swears that she never saw no familiar spirits, apparitions, manifests of the devil. But she also claims that none of them have seen any of these things either. Now, this is a court of law, children. The law based upon the Bible. The Bible writ by Almighty God forbid the practice of witchcraft and declared death as the penalty thereof. But also, children, the law of the Bible damn all bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape my notice that this may be a plot to blindness. The Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract us from our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I bid you drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in it?
No, sir.
Now, a very ogre bit will be turned into your souls until your honesty is Do either of you wish to change your position, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
Good. You've gone, Liz?
Aye, sir.
A pulpit was found in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed through by a needle. Mary Warren says you sat beside her in court when she made the puppet, and you saw her make it, and you saw her stab it with her own needle for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
When you worked for the Proctors, did you see any puppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
My wife never kept no puppet. Mary Warren swears it was her puppet.
Excellency, Mr. Chair, when I spoke to Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no puppets. She said she didn't keep puppets when she was a girl.
She's not been a girl these 15 years, Mr. Danforth.
But a puppet may keep 15 years, may it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears she never saw no puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
There may also be a dragon with 5 legs in my house, but no one has ever seen it.
Your Honor, we are here precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Mr. Danforth, what may this girl profit by turning herself about? What may Mary Warren gain but hard questioning and worse?
You are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder you? What?
This is no child, sir. Now hear me. In the sight of the congregation, she had twice this year been thrown out of this meeting house for laughter during prayer.
Laughter?
Excellency, she were under Tituba's power at that time, but she is solemn now.
Ah, now she is solemn and goes to hang people.
Be quiet, man.
Surely this has no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, now tell the governor how he danced in the woods.
Excellency says, I come to Salem, this man is blackening my
Wait
name.
a moment, sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor.
Abigail leads the girls into the woods, and they have danced there naked.
Mr.
Mr. Paris discovered them himself in the dead of night.
Mr. Paris.
I can only say, sir, that I never found any of them naked, and this man is throwing dust in your eyes.
But you have discovered them dancing. Abigail.
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Do you deny respect?
I do not, sir, but I never saw any of them naked.
But she had danced.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray to speak.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary. You were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or of the devil's agents?
No, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
There were but Pretense, sir.
Down here.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. They're all marvellous pretenders.
And can she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Why not? Now there are no spirits attacking her, for none in this room is accused of witchcraft, so let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint. Faint!
Faint?
Faint. Prove to us how you pretended in the court so many times.
I cannot faint now, sir.
You're not pretending, Mary.
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell how, sir.
Could it be that there are no afflicting spirits loose here, whereas in the court there was some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
And you will confess, will you not? It was attacking spirits make you faint.
No, sir.
But Your Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw.
But I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell, sir, but I did. I heard the other girls screaming. I knew, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them. You were only sport in the beginning, sir, but then the whole world cried spirits. I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely Your Excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail, I want you to look deep into your heart and tell me this, child, but beware. To God every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take a life without cause. Could it possibly be, child, that the spirits you saw were an illusion only, some deception that crossed your mind?
Why, this is a base question, sir.
I would ask you to consider it, child.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I had done my duty in pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward? To be mistrusted, denied?
I do not mistrust you, child.
Oh, let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it. There is...
Some evil in you that you might know me. A man will not cast away his good name. You surely know that.
In what time? In what place?
The proper place where my beasts are bedded. And the last night of my joys in 8 months past. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg you, sir. I beg you, see her what she is. My wife, maybe a good wife, took this girl soon after and put her out on the high road, and being what she is, a lump of vanity, sir. Excellency, forgive me. Forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And well she might, for I thought of her softly. God help me, I must. There is a sweat in such promise. But it is a horse vengeance. You must see it now. I set myself entirely in your hands. I know you must see it now.
Do you deny every scrap of this?
If I must answer that, I will leave and I will not come back again.
I have made a bell of my honor and have broken through with my good name. You must believe me, Mr. Danforth. My wife is innocent except that she knew a horror when she saw one.
Oh, what look do you give me? On my hands, those looks!
You Pass. Go into the court and bring good wife Proctor out.
Your Honor, this
Bring her out! Say not one word of what has been spoken in here. None. Before you enter. Now, we will touch the fire on this swamp. So your wife is an honest woman.
In her life, sir, she hath never lied. There are them that cannot sing, them that cannot weep. My wife, sir, cannot lie. I paid much to learn.
And when she put her out for a harlot?
Aye, sir.
And she knew her for a harlot?
Aye, sir, she knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy. And you do likewise. Now, neither of you will turn to face the Proctor. No one in this room will utter one single word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Now, Mr. Chief, I want you to take this section and down in all its exactness. Are you ready? Thanks. Very well. Now you will look at me, not at your husband. In my eyes only.
Good, sir.
We are led to understand that some time ago you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what reason did you dismiss her? Look at me, woman. The answer lies in your memory. You need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me. And my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you? Margaret! Was she late? No. What disturbance did you cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick and my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He's never drunk as some are, nor wasted his time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby. And I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this...
Look at me.
Aye, sir. Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her. And so one night, I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the highway.
And did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
So he did not turn from you. Why? To your certain knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question. Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove from Martin.
Elizabeth, tell the truth.
She has spoken.
Elizabeth, I confessed it.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
She only wanted to say my name.
Excellency, it's a natural life. I beg you stop now before another is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. By my oath to heaven, I believe him now, and pray you, call back his wife.
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man has lied.
I believe him. This girl has always struck me false. She has lied.
Mr. Danforth.
Oh, please, no, don't come down!
It's lies! Lies!
Oh, please don't hurt me! I'm not hurting her!
Why does she seem very...
She sees nothing! She sees nothing! You must... I'm here! Mr. Danforth! Mr. Danforth!
Have you seen the devil, Mary Warren, have you?
Never!
Why can the owner repeat it?
Give me a whip, I'll stop it.
Now it seems you have to tell us where you get this car.
I have no power.
You have seen the devil, have you not?
You cannot believe them.
Mary, goddamn's all liars.
You have no right to Lucifer, you have seen the devil.
Goddamn's liars, Mary.
I cannot hear you answer me. You will confess yourself or you will hang. I tell you, you will hang if you do not open me.
Remember the angel up by your wife saved the boy.
I see nothing, Your Honor.
Where do you get this power?
She's going to come down! She's walking to me!
Will you speak?
No! Look him in the face! Trample him! We'll save you, Mary, and they stand back!
You're the devil's man!
Praise God!
Praise God! I'm not angry with you. I love God. I love God.
Work?
He'd come with me by night, and every day, to sign.
Devil's book, he come with a
My name! He wants my name. I'll murder you, he says, if my wife hangs. We must go and overthrow the court, he says.
Mr. Hale.
He went to me at night. His eyes were like coals and his fingers claw my neck. And I signed.
Excellency, this child's not wild.
No.
Mary.
I go you away no more.
Mary.
Oh, God bless God. Oh, Abby. I'll never hurt you more.
What are you? You are combined with the Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, you will not deny it. What say you, mister?
Excellency.
I will have nothing from you. Do you confess your soul be bound to hell, or do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say God is dead! He lit fire! A fire is burning! I hear the book of Lucifer, I see his filthy face, and it is my face and your face stand for! But then they quail to bring men out of ignorance as I quail, and you quail now when you know in all your black heart that this be fraud! God damns our kind especially. And we will burn. We will burn together.
Marshal, take him and carry with him to the jail.
No?
No! I denounce these proceedings! Your bully haven't done a raising of the whore! I denounce these proceedings! I quit this court!
Mister! Mister! Hello!
Sarah, good.
Oh, Majesty. Come. He's here. His Majesty's come.
Well, other than our cell. This place is wanted now.
That don't look to me like His Majesty. Looks to me like the Marshal.
Get along with you now. Clear the place.
Oh, is it you, Marshal? I thought sure you be the devil coming for us. Could I have sit aside from going away?
Where are you off, sir?
We're going to Barbados. Soon the devil gets you with the feathers and the wings.
Oh, I have to be wise to you.
A pair of bluebirds winging sullenly, the two of us. Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal.
Hey, best give me that and I'll rise off the ground. Come along now.
I'll speak to him for you if he desires to come along. Marshal.
I'd not refuse the Tituba. It is a proper morning to fly into hell.
Oh, it'd be no hell in Barbados. Devil, it'd be pleasure, man, in Barbados. It'd be singing and dancing in Barbados. It's you folks. You rise him up round here. It'd be too cold round here with that old boy. He frees him soul in Massachusetts. But in Barbados, he be as sweet. Aye, sir! Sarah, he's here.
Your Majesty!
Get me the doctor for that. Come on!
No! He's coming for me! I go home! Take me home, Dad! Take me home! Take me home, Dad!
You have Sarah!
That's not Satan's a poor old cow that had no milk. Come along! Out you!
Good morning, Excellency.
Where's Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch.
Marshal, when did the Reverend Hale arrive?
These were toward midnight, I think.
What's he about here?
He goes among them, not will hang, sir. And he prays with them. He sits with Goody Nurse now and Mr. Paris with him.
Marshal, that man have no authority to enter here. Why did you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris command me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir. It is a bitter night. I have no fire here.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
There is a prodigious stench in here.
I will now bring you up.
Beware strong drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question Hale, Excellency. I should not be surprised to be preaching in Andover lately.
We'll come to that.
Speak now, Andover. Paris prays with him. That's strange.
Excellency, I wonder if it'd be wise to let Mr. Paris so continuously with the prisoners. I think sometimes the man has a mad look about him these days.
Bad.
Yesterday, I met him coming out of his house, and I bid him good morning, and he wept and went his way. I do not think it well the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he has some sort.
I think it'd be the council.
Cat.
There be so many cows one in the high roads now their masters are in the jails, and much disagreement who they will belong to now. I know Mr. Paris be arguing with farmers all yesterday. There is great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep. It were always a man that weep for contention.
Oh, good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg pardon waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Hathorne.
The Reverend Hale have no
Excellency.
right.
A moment.
Do you leave him alone with the prisoners?
What's his business?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
Vincent confess?
Hear me. Rebecca have not given me a word this 3 months since she came. Now she sits with him and her sister Martha Corey and 2 or 3 others. He pleads with them, confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And they suffer.
Not yet. Not yet. I have come to summon you, sir, that we might think on whether it be not wise. I have got to put a question, sir. I hope.
Paris.
What truth? There is news, sir, that the court was reckoned. My My niece, sir. My niece. I believe she has vanished. I thought to advise you of it earlier.
Why? How long has she been gone?
This be the third night. You see, sir, she told me she would stay a night with Mercy Lewis, and next day, when she does not return, I sent to Mr. Lewis to inquire. Mercy told him she would sleep in my house for him.
They are both gone.
They are, sir.
I will send a party. Where may they be?
Excellency, I think they be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me how she heard them talking of ships last week, and tonight I discover my stone box is broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pounds is gone. I'm penniless.
Harris! You are a brainless man.
Excellency, it profit nothing that you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off, except they fear to keep in Salem anymore. Margaret, sir. Abigail had close knowledge of the town, and since the news of Andover...
Andover is remedied. The court returns on Friday. We will resume examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir. The rumor here speaks of rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
Tell you what is said here, sir. Andover was thrown out the court. They say it will have no part of witchcraft. There be a faction here, thinking of that news, and I tell you true, sir, I fear there will be riot here.
Riot? Why, at every execution I have seen naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Hathorne ain't where another sort of Abigail now. Rebecca nurses no Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before she married. John Proctor got eyes of war that dragged his family to ruin. I would to God it were not so, Excellency, but these people have great weight yet in the town. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she'll wait a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she has condemned a witch. The court and
Please, Judge Hathorne. How do you propose?
Excellency, I'm postponing.
There will be no postponement.
Well, now Mr. Hale's returned, there's hope, I think, for if he brings even one of these to God, that confession surely damns the others in the public eye, and none need doubt more. They are all linked to hell. Well, this way, unconfessed and greatness, his doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Give me the list.
Cannot be forgotten, sir. When I summoned the congregation from John Proctor's excommunication, there were hardly 30 people come to hear it, but I speak discontent.
Will we know what's wrong?
Excellency!
Which of these on this list do you think can be brought to God? I myself will strive with until dawn.
There is not sufficient time till dawn.
I will do my utmost. Which of these do you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What's that?
Tonight, when I opened my door to leave my house, a dagger planted to the ground. When you cannot hang this sort, there is danger from me. I dare not step outside at night.
Please accept my congratulations, Reverend Hale. We are glad to see you return to your work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
You misunderstand. I cannot pardon these when 12 have already been executed for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
The sun will rise in a few minutes. Excellency, I must have more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not hear a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed. The names of these 7 are given out, and the village expects to see them die this morning. Any talk of postponement speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must cast doubt on the guilt that them that are already dead. While I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. And if it's retaliation you fear, know this. I would hang 10,000 that would dare to rise against the law, and the notion of saltires will not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now, draw yourselves up like men, as you are bound by heaven to do, and help me. You've spoken of all, Mr.
All but Proctor. He's in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way to him now?
He sits like some great bird. He'll not know he'll live except he will take food from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on with child.
She is, sir.
What say you, Mr. Paris? You have a better knowledge of this man. Do you think her presence might soften him?
It is possible, sir. Ye have not laid eyes on her this 3 months. I should summon her.
Is he yet at it? Has he struck you?
He cannot, sir. He's chained to the wall now.
Bring Goody Proctor here. Then let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
If you was 4 weeks, publish your account into a striving for confessions. Let us speak mercy in your part, not fault.
Mr. Hale, I am not empowered like God to stop the rising of the sun. I cannot protect these people from their perfect punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
Spoken of in the town.
Excellency, there are orphans wandering from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high road. The stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. You wonder yet if the running smoke. Better you should marvel how they do not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover this month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it is all simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians to belie themselves. There's blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush! Good evening. I trust you are hearty.
And yet 6 months before my time.
Fear not, we come not for your life, we... Mr. Hale, speak with the woman.
Goody Proctor. Your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I have heard.
You know, do you not? I have no connection with the court. I come of my own, Goody Proctor. I would save your husband's life. For if he is taken, I count myself as murderer. You understand me?
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 months like our Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way. Damnation is doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
They don't lie. They are innocent. But do not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. The very crowns of holy law I brought. What I touched with my bright confidence, it died. Where I turned the eye of my great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, Goody Proctor. Cleave to no faith, and faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life, woman. Life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. I beg you, woman, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. And quail not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be God damns a liar less than he that throws his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, before the laws of God we are as swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Have you no wifely tenderness left in you? You will die at sunrise, your husband. Do you understand? What's he?
Will you tell him?
Are you stoned? I tell you, if I needed no other proof of your unnatural life, Your dry eyes now would be sufficient evidence that you have sold your soul to hell. Why, even a maid would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up every tear in you? Take her out and drop it down into the speaker.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You strive with him.
Will you bid him confess or will you not?
I promise not. Let me speak.
Excellency, let us leave them.
You have been notified, have you not, Mr. Proctor? See a light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you save your soul from it. Yeah.
Let's leave them.
If you desire a cup of cider, Mr. Proctor, I'm sure I'll... God lead you now.
Child,
It grows.
there's no word of the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Samuel keeps them.
You have not seen them.
I have not.
You are marveled, Elizabeth.
You have been tortured.
Aye. They come from my life now.
You know it?
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca.
Not Rebecca. She's one foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard of it.
I hear nothing. Where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
You were not hanged. He would not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For if he deny the charge, they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. So he stand mute and died Christian under the law. And so his sons will have his farm. It is the law. For he cannot be condemned a wizard without he answer the indictment aye or nay.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press.
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. They say he gives them but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight?
Aye. But for a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I have been thinking I would confess to them, Elizabeth. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will. I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
Giles' wife, she confessed.
She will not.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is a fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled by giving them this lie that were not rotten long before.
Yet you've not confessed till now. That speak goodness in you.
Spite only keeps me silent. It's hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It's not for me to...
I would have you see some honesty in it. Let them that never lied die now to keep their souls. For me, it is pretense, a vanity that will not blind God nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
John, it comes to naught that I should forgive you, if you'll not forgive yourself. It is not my soul, John, it is yours. Only be sure of this, and I know it now. Whatever you will do, it is a good man does it. I have read my heart to esteem on you, John. I have sins of my own to count. It takes a cold wife to prompt lecher.
Enough. Enough.
Better you should know me.
I will not hear it, I know you.
You take my sins upon you, John.
No, I take my own. My own.
John, I counted myself so plain, so poorly made. No honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I should say my love. For a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do what you will, but let none be your judge. There be no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You will confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised. It is a providence. Proctor will confess. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil. Is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven. What is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think it is honest. I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is a fraud.
I am not your judge, John. I cannot be. Do as you will. Do as you will.
Would you give them such a lie? Say it! Would you ever give them this? You would not. If Thomas and Father were singeing you, you would not. It is evil. Good then. It is evil, and I know it.
Praise to God, man. Praise to God. You will be blessed in heaven. Now, let's have it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why was it written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, I would have it posted on the church door. Where's the marshal? Marshal, hurry! Now, sir, I would have you speak slowly and directly to the point for Mr. Cheever's sake. Mr. Proctor, have you ever seen the devil in your life? Oh, come on. There's light in the sky, the village waits in the scaffold. I will give out the news. Have you seen the devil?
I did.
Praise God. And when he came to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do his work on earth?
He did.
And did you bind yourself to the devil's service? Come in.
John, you're a well lady.
Courage, man. Let her witness your good example, so she may confess herself. Now hear this, goody nurse. Mr. Proctor, did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
My John.
I did.
No, surely, woman. There is no point in keeping this conspiracy. Well, will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John, God send his mercy on you.
Will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
Why, it's a lie. It's a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when you were with the devil, did you ever see Rebecca Nurse in his company?
No.
Oh, come on. Did you ever see her with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see her sister Mary Eastley with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Coolidge?
I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
You mistake me, sir. I cannot trade your life for a lie. You surely saw some person with the devil. Mr. Proctor, a score of people already testify they saw this woman with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? You should rejoice to say it. If it proved that your soul is truly purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their names.
Mr. Proctor, did you think they go like saints?
This woman never thought she'd done the devil's work.
I think you mistake your duty, Miss. It matters now. She's already convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for setting your spirit out on Mary Warren. It is your soul alone that is at issue here, sir, and you will prove its worthless, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Now, will you give me the names of those people that conspired with you in the company of the devil? Was Rebecca...
I speak my own sins! I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough that he confess himself. And let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. It will strike the village of Proctor confess. Thank you, sir. Let him sign it. Sign it up, Excellency!
Let him sign his testimony. Give it to him. Now come, sir, sign it.
You have all witnessed that it is enough.
You will not sign.
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Do sport with me, mister. You will sign that, or there is no confession.
Praise be to the Lord.
If you please, sir.
No.
Mr. Proctor, I must have...
No, I have signed it. You have all seen me. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must...
No, village! I confess to God. God sees my name in this. It is enough.
No, you have not.
You came to save my soul, did you not? Here I have confessed myself. It is enough.
You have not.
I have confessed myself! Be there no penitence but in public. God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me! I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. It is no part of salvation you should use me.
I have no wish to...
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world and they sold my brains?
You have not so...
Beguile me not! I'm lacking all the names, and this is nailed to the church the day they hack with silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof.
You in the high room. Your word is good enough. Tell them I confess myself. St. Proctor broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot go upon the church door.
Was the same or is it not? I report it, you signed it.
No, it is not the same. What others say when I signed it is not the same.
Why? You mean to deny this confession when you're free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then, Mr. Proctor, you must explain to me.
Because it is my name. Because I can have no other in my life, because I lie and sign myself to life, because I am not what the dust and the feet of that man hide. How may I live without my name? I've given you my soul, leave me my name.
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. What say you, sir? I will not deal in lies. You will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the road. Which way do you go, Mr.
Marshal Proctor. And you will hang, you cannot! I can. And there's your first marvel that I can. You've made your magic now. But now I think I do see some shred of goodness in John Proctor. Not enough to weave a banner with, but wide enough to keep it from such dogs. Give a note here. Choose pleasure them. Show honor them. Show a stony heart and sink in with it.
Let you fear nothing.
Another judgment. With us all.
Hang them high over the town. Who weeps for those who weeps for corruption?
I will be this.
Come, lad.
Go get to me, Proctor. There is yet time. Go ahead! Proctor! Proctor!
Woman, plead with me. Woman, it is pride. It is vanity. Be his helper. What profit him to bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the world declare his truth? Come to him. Take his shame away.
He hath his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.